What is that? Downtown LA? Are you in downtown LA right now?
I am.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay, you're
I'll
still
show
at
you.
work or what? Okay, let me guess the street. That's like I have no fucking clue. Where is
That's
that?
7th Street. 7th Street.
Okay,
7
okay,
Los
cool.
Angeles.
Orale. Why don't we
The
start
heart of
there then?
downtown.
Work, what do you do for work? For those that don't
Um,
know.
well, I am kind of like helping the designers, clothing designers.
Okay.
So it's mostly designing, clothing designing. So I have a small office here in downtown,
Uh-huh.
and I do the patterns for
Okay.
any kind of clothing. Um, and I do the first samples. I do the production if they need production of it.
I see.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. I know I used to work for a company que hacía pantalones, se llamaba Seven for All Mankind. Did you ever hear about them?
I did.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
know,
in, I've been in this industry for like 20 something years. I started working since I was like 17, 18.
oh wow. So did
Yeah,
you ever get into designing clothes itself, like say a whole pair of jeans from
not
scratch?
really. I don't really care about that.
You're not a fashion guy.
Nah, man, I have like all my clothing is like I mean black t-shirts
Yeah.
and just a couple of fucking black jeans and that's it.
Okay.
But
Okay, well
I've
that's
worked
cool.
with a couple of like interesting people. You know, at some point I have this story that I met Kanye. Yeah, at some point I met him. Like I was working with this brother and sister company that
Uh-huh.
they do full package,
Yeah.
and they needed someone like me to go with them, right? And they're
Uh-huh.
like, okay, we pay for your day and blah blah blah. And I said, all right,
Right.
cool. So we went there and kind of like like people said that Kanye has some fucking I don't know strange ideas and shit.
Yeah.
It's true though because they're like when we're there he has some rules. I was like, what are the rules? Like don't look at him. I was like what the fuck
Yeah.
and don't talk to him. I was like so what the fuck am I doing there?
Right.
And we were there and he was with his fucking I don't know like assistant designer or some shit like that. She was from
Yeah.
Spain, and they were all smiles. And we walk in, and he's just like,
Yeah. That's kind
"Yeah,
of so what you see is kind of what you get though, no? At
yeah,
least.
yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Okay, fuck it. I'm just here for whatever reason it is."
Right. All right, let's get
Yeah,
into a little bit of handball.
yeah, sure.
When did you start playing? Start.
Um, well, blue ball, I started
Uh-huh.
playing 2014,
Okay.
2014. But before that, I played hardball with my
Yeah.
brother. Um, when I started playing blue ball, it was just because there was nothing else to do.
Mhm.
I like in 2012, I think it was 2012. I recently like separated from my ex,
Yeah.
and I was back in Los Angeles because I moved to San Bernardino at some point.
Mhm.
So I was back in Los Angeles, and there was nothing else to do, and I was living with my brother, and my
Mhm.
brother used to go to Bristol.
Okay.
And he's like, let's go to Bristol. I was like, nah, fuck it. I was like, I don't like this shit. Like, I hated it. I fucking hated it. My dad is a frontonero in Mexico, right? Like you
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah.
So he was a big player there. Like he was well known. They call him
Uh-huh.
14. And
Okay.
he used to take us like every weekend. Like it's three brothers, right? It's my brother
Yeah.
here, another brother there. It's in Mexico and me. So he used to take us like every other weekend, right? He rotated us to go with
Right.
him. And I hated it because I love soccer. I just love soccer and I used to play soccer. So when I was here and I was still playing soccer, and then after that happened, that I separated from my ex, there was nothing else to do. My brother's like, let's go to Bristol. I was like, fuck no. And then I go to Bristol, and I started playing with the locals, and I was
Yeah.
some like, I mean, I'm still a maleta, but I was the worst, though. I remember, and you can ask some of the locals. They will tell this story that, oh, ahí viene palo, ahí viene palito, and they will
Yeah.
fight uh each other to play me because they know they will get like $30 out of me.
Right.
And it was like every 2 days, like every like Monday and Wednesday. Oh, he's coming over. I was like, okay, let's play him. It was like $30, $40 for sure for them.
Right.
Yeah, so that's when I started playing, and then I think it was in 2017 when I started going to Obregon,
Okay.
and I already like I knew Gramble
Yeah.
because we met at Maravilla. I don't know you ever hear of Maravilla.
I know I'm aware. I've never been there, but I know what it is and where it's at.
Yeah, it's a big court, and we play bola dura there,
Right.
or trinquete bola or esponja, whatever. So he used to go there with Ricky and Shorty. They were fucking little kids, though. They were like
Yeah.
fucking 5, 6 years old. We used to make like camitas on the benches
Uh-huh.
with all the jackets and shit, and they will sleep there.
That's funny.
And then Beto will come over and knock on the door like, oh fucker, let's go, let's go home. So I met him there, right? So I started going, and the first time I went, he saw me. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know how he is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck
An
are you doing
escandaloso.
here? And he's like trying to fight me, right? And everybody look at us like, oh my god, they're gonna go down. Come over, come over. I was like, okay. And then he's
Yeah.
like, so are you gonna play? I was like, nah, man. So I just come to see it. Like, no, no, no. You're gonna play. You're gonna play on the first court. I was like, no, mames, güey, I don't even know how to play because
Right.
there's 3 courts. The first one is where I don't know, like the top players play,
Right.
and the last one is the viejitos. So I wanted to
Mm.
play in that one. And he's like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
you're gonna play here. I was like, fuck it. So like for a year I donated.
Yeah.
It was like a 50, $60, 70 probably a week
Man.
that I
Yep.
donated
Sounds.
for a year. And in September of that year, it was a tournament in Vegas.
Hmm.
And I kind of like became friends with Diendre. And I call him like he's kind of the only guy that he kind of like guide me, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he was teaching you the
And
ropes.
yeah, yeah, like, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you can shoot like this. I was like, for now, just back me up. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he's like, let's go to Vegas to the tournament. I didn't even know though. I didn't know that there was tournaments and all that shit. I was like,
Yeah.
go to Vegas. I said, okay. So after that, when I went to Vegas, like everything changed.
Mm.
I started taking it more serious. And I was like,
Right.
oh, I was like, there's competition in this shit. Like, okay, cool. And I started like looking at players. Like I didn't know any other players from any other parks, only from Obregon. It was just
Um,
Liendre, Bebo, Rambo, um, who else? Huichol used to go there. Rifle,
okay. Yeah.
Marrara used to go there. So I just knew those players. I didn't know Chava. I didn't know Sal, Samson, no, none of us. And then I heard that there was a tournament in Simple Green,
Mm.
and my brother took me to Simple Green before. I think it was before the Vegas, and I went there, and I think I went to the time that The Totoy give Ibanez a donut.
Yeah, that was 2012.
Yeah, and I didn't care for that. I was just there because of my brother. Seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
funny.
then yeah, like going back to 2017, 2017, that's when I started playing like, okay, this is something that I want to try now. Now, because there was some kind of competition, and then I started like trying to get better. You know, I didn't want to lose my $70 a week because
Right,
it was some money there.
you're right. Who was the best guy there? I think it was from other guys you mentioned. In my opinion, probably Liendre was the best. No, in that
Obregon,
in
yeah,
that at that time, like in 2012, 2013.
yeah, but he was really good, but in doubles, he was
Right.
never good. I don't think he was never good in singles.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him play singles, pero
And his partner, like the doubles partner with him, it was Matacan. Remember Matacan?
yep, el putazón.
Yeah, those two they were out like to a couple of places, and they were always like good competition.
Right. Okay.
Rambo used to get down there though, at Obregon at his age, and he will call anyone out.
Yeah.
Anyone, he will call anyone out singles.
Yeah, tenía el saque, no, out the door.
Out the door. That is a
Yeah, I remember
fucking.
that.
I don't know if you remember the court, but it's like a 6, 8 inches from the
Yep.
wall, and yeah, fucking Ram put the ball right there all the time.
Yeah,
Or
he
he
called
will
he
fucking do the rap though.
yeah. Yeah, he salía. I played him. He called me out one time and I went and I played him allá en Obregón. And yeah, tenía saquezazos el maldito. Right. Then it piss
Yeah,
you off because he'll talk shit. If he aced you,
yeah.
forget about it. He's gonna talk shit.
Oh man, if he fucking beat you, he will talk shit forever.
Yeah, I know. So kind of going back to your life here, where were you born though? I know you've been here in the US for a long time, but where were you born? Like what state in Mexico? I'm presuming you're Mexican?
Nah, I'm from Italy.
You'll be surprised, man. Sometimes I think Mexican, pero me salen que son de Honduras o El Salvador or Guatemala.
I
Pero
didn't
you're
know
me
Chava was from back in the Aztec days.
yeah, he's apocalypto.
Chava. No, I was born in Mexico City. Uh,
Uh,
we were five, two sisters and two brothers, and I was the only one born in Mexico City. And then my parents moved to El Estado de Mexico, El Estado de
okay.
Mexico.
Yeah.
So we lived there. We were originally from there, I'll say. And then at some point I moved here.
Yeah, you had mentioned to me that since probably around the age of 12, you were kind of like on your own, doing your own thing. What do you
Yeah,
mean by that?
I was just like um I don't know. At some point, I decided that I just wanted to do whatever on my own. So I
Yeah.
left my house around that time. I lived with a friend for like 2 years or something, and then I
Uh-huh.
went back home. And then my brother was here, and he sent me like a plane ticket. It's like
Yeah.
you're coming here. I was like, fuck it, I'm going there. So
How did
I
he get
came
how did
over. I was like,
how?
huh?
Like on a visa or what?
Yeah. So I was really young, and he figured everything out. There was only one phone, like in the where my parents live. There was this small town,
Uh-huh.
and my tia used to have the only one of the only phones in there. So he will call
Yeah,
me there, and like
I see.
my tia will just to go to my house, and like you have to be there at this time because he's gonna call. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So I'll go there and he will call me. It's like, okay, I have a plane ticket. I have this and this and this. So you're gonna meet this person, blah blah blah. Okay. whatever. So I came over, and then after I came over, I started playing soccer here
Right.
with the club, and that club took me back to Mexico, and I played for a while there. I played for the Básicas and León and Cruz Azul
Okay, you
and
were good.
Atlas. I was alright. I was alright.
Were you a
I
better
think of
soccer?
myself that I was alright.
Were you a better soccer player than handball player?
I think I'm bad at both.
That's
No,
funny.
but I mean, at some point I was getting paid to play soccer, so
Oh wow.
I think of myself that I was good. My brother have my brother has a very better opinion. You know, I mean, I cannot talk by myself about that. Like my brother
Right.
will tell you, you know. But I
Okay.
think
All right.
I
So,
was all right.
all right. Just being a little modest. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have
Yeah,
a
no.
problem telling you when I'm good at something.
Well,
Hey,
I
so
used
pero
to play. Uh, Go ahead, go ahead.
no, no. Finish your thought there. You used to play what?
I used to play. Uh, it's a there's a position called the 10 that is
Uh-huh.
behind the forward. That, but
Okay.
it's not like a forward, but it's in the middle, just like it's a playmaker.
I
So
see.
I used to play that position,
Okay. Okay.
and at
Who's
some point I was the captain of my team. So
wow.
I was there. Like I, I mean, I think I was okay.
You were the captain and you got paid. Sounds like you were pretty fucking good to me. So I'll say
That's all
I'll
right
say it
though.
I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. You were good. Hey, pero how did your parents? I mean, I know it's a whole different culture in Mexico, pero how were your parents like, okay, cool, you can bounce?
They were not
Like they no
cool
te
about it.
pelearon?
Oh
Oh, I
no, they
see.
were not cool about it. No, no, no. There was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of in my family. There was a lot of yeah. There was a lot of fighting.
I see.
Um, well, I told you when we were texting, like I have no problem like open up about the whole shit about my life because this is kind of funny too, you know.
Right.
So I was the last one of my family being there. You know, my brother Palo, which
Yeah.
everybody knows him, he was here already with my two sisters. And my brother in Mexico, he was married already. He was like 18 and he was married.
Man.
And I mean, I mean, he didn't want to enjoy his life, so he
Right.
got married very young. So it was just like a very dysfunctional family. You know, it was never like how are you or cómo estás, te sientes
Yeah.
bien, nothing like that. You do
Okay.
you, and we do all our shit, and that's it. Yeah, I started cooking when I was 10, though.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, because I used to see my grandma um cooking, and I learned from her because sometimes my mom wasn't there, like all there, because she was doing her stuff, and my dad like was working and stuff, so I have to learn how to cook and all that stuff.
Oh,
So
I see. Okay.
it was never like a close family, you know.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that my brother is gonna watch this. But he knows that, you know, he knows.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that the things that I don't think that my brother has been like, I don't know, like he has opened up to anyone like this, but that's cool.
And so
Yeah,
I
I mean,
remember
to me, it's funny though, because I think that our parents, or maybe at least mine, or I think that a lot of Mexicans will relate that
yeah,
they did what they could. You know, they
right.
tried to do their best,
Yeah,
and we cannot complain though because no one taught them how to be a parent,
exactly.
and I think our generations too, like nobody told us how to be a parent. you know.
Right.
But we're doing it as we can, and we can try to do the best.
Yeah, I mean, I had almost the identical upbringing where my parents were either working or they were too busy or there was no real parenting. It was just kind of like everyone's out. It's kind of like survival of the fittest, you know? And so now when I talk to my mom about it, she's like, motherfucker, I didn't know how to be a parent either. I was just trying to get by, trying to put food on the table, you know? Like, what you
Yeah,
want from me
I
with my
think it's a
daughter?
little different here because of the laws, you
Yeah,
know, because even though you know that you can do whatever with your kids, you have some kind of like afterthought that okay, this might happen to me because I'm doing this to my kid. You know,
right.
they can take him away, they can report me and all that shit. And Mexico's like fuck it. There's not even
Do
the
whatever
cops
you
will
want.
say even the cops will say chingatelo, chingatelo.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, sounds about right. Hey, so what happened with your recent back issues? I know you were having problems with your back in text that we talked the other day.
Well, I was playing a tegua with Jaime and Bebo, which
Okay.
Bebo, by the way, it's I call him teacher
Yeah.
because he's together with Leandre. I like he's the one that I see him play and I like what I see, you know, and I try to replicate, you
Mhm.
know, and small courts, obviously,
Right.
because big courts it's just way different, and
Right.
a court like Bristol is just way different. But I was playing with them and Tino, I don't did you know Tino
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Um, he's been my partner for some time, and we were playing the first third one. And the first game, like in the 4th point, I just felt my back like I don't know, like I'm kind of weird. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep playing because it's already bad. So fuck it.
Right.
I kept playing, and by the time I finished that day, I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't stand. I was just like those like life alert calls. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but it was more because I threw myself. I mean, I dove for a ball, and I think I was just not warm enough, and also because of age.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are
Because
you?
we can do that anymore, though.
No, you can't. I've never did it, but how old are you?
42.
42. Okay, we're about the same age. Yeah, I never learned how to dive, pero yo tenía un stretch, I would take a big step and a big stretch, and it was kind of like a dive.
You know, that's funny because I learned how to dive because playing
Uh-huh.
soccer.
Oh, that's right.
Because they will rotate you in training.
Yeah.
They will be like, okay, now the goalie is gonna play the field, and whoever wants to play the goalie, just play the goalie.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, like when I was in my, I don't know, like 9, 10, I just played goalie because I was fat as fuck and I couldn't run for shit. There was a funny story that I will tell my daughter because she wanted to like try it out for the volleyball, right?
Yeah.
And and she's like, "So you ever play sports and when you were a kid?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." And it's like, "So how did it go when you tried?" I was like, "I didn't try." I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Those motherfuckers like ask us to run the field,
Yeah.
and whoever makes it to the end of the field will get in the team." But it wasn't fair because I was pretty fat, so I
Yeah.
will never make the team, you know.
Right.
And I was running and I was crying
Yeah.
because I knew I wasn't gonna make the team. So at the end, I was like, they were like, they're looking at me crying, and I was like, okay, you're gonna be the goalie.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, from there I learned how to dive. So
Right.
now for
Okay.
me it's easier. For me, it's easier to dive.
You had mentioned though that handball that handball and life are have some things that are in common. What do you mean by that?
It's like any other. I think it's like any other thing in life. To keep up with the competition or to keep up with the new generation, you have to try to better yourself.
Mhm.
To update yourself to I don't know to I don't know. It's a daily. It's like a daily update on yourself. Like
Right,
if you keep with the same ideas in the past, and then you keep the same, I don't know, information. Let's say you cannot compete with the new companies. Same with handball. If you keep yourself doing the same things and you don't push yourself a little bit, you're not gonna compete with anyone. You're gonna be the same. You're gonna stay in the same place. Yeah, it's like you have to. You're an accountant, right? So you have
yeah,
to update. I don't know every certain time to the new softwares, to the blah blah
right,
blah, in order to compete with any other companies.
right,
It's same in handball. You have to be in shape, in good shape, or in decent
right,
shape. You have to, I don't know, force yourself to keep competing with someone that is younger than you. Now,
right.
I I I see that in my brother. My brother's, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how old is my brother. Honestly, because we never
What?
celebrate birthdays.
Yeah.
Never, never. But he had two Achilles broken.
Uh-huh.
One he has one broken, and he had a surgery for that, right?
Yeah.
And everybody thought that he was done. He was like he was not gonna play anymore the first time. And you know what he did? He came back and he went to compete for uh basically for the country. He
Right.
represented the US in the pelota basket tournaments, uh, and the mundial and other competitions.
Right.
Because he pushed himself to do that. He tried to stay at the same level of the new generations. It's not the
Right.
same. Obviously, it's not the same, but you at least
Yeah.
try to push yourself. You know. So seeing that on him, I was like, okay, I wanted to play with some of the best guys here. So what am I gonna do? Well, I have to push myself a little bit. You know,
Right.
the only way I can is just like try to keep myself in good shape. I don't know, do whatever I can. So I was lucky enough or I've been lucky enough to play against Chava or to play with Chava as a partner, to play against Oscar. Like, mm, I don't see anyone, I haven't seen anyone from Bristol, which is my court, call out Oscar or at
Right.
least play against Oscar, you know? And I'm happy with that, because I'm the only one. Like,
Mm.
no one else is going to be playing against him.
Right.
I don't see that. I don't see that, and it's only because I kind of push myself to do that, you know? And in life, it's the same thing. You have to push yourself to stay on top. Try to compete with everybody else that is doing the same kind of the same job that you're doing, the same kind of thing that you're doing. You know,
Right.
that's the only way you can have a longer, I don't know, career. Let's say,
Right.
you know. So that's why I compared those two.
I see. Okay. Yeah, and I remember I did see you go through your progressions. I remember the first time I saw you play, you didn't look very good. That was like in 2015, 16, por ahí. And then slowly over the years, I saw your game keep going up and up and up and up. Like you said, with the
Now
top
you
fucking sharks, you
actually
know?
called me Maleta.
Yeah, because that's how you played.
Yeah, which was
Pero,
cool. It was cool.
pero
You
it
know
proves
why?
the
Because I got some recognition.
But it proves a point, though, that you're saying that you could be a maleta, but if you keep pushing yourself, you're gonna get better.
All it is because of my brother, because he, uh, well, in a way, I will say it will sound, I don't know, whatever, but he inspired me. You know,
Yeah,
he came from his fucking injury to go to the World Cup. You know,
right.
in pelotadura. So I was like, so if this guy is doing this, why can't I do it?
Yeah,
At least locally, I want to try to play with the best.
yeah,
And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I win some, I lose some, but I'm there. I'm trying to compete with them. You know,
yeah.
and they're half my age.
Yeah. Hey, but nowadays, now at 42 years old, you've kind of gone through the progression and improved your game y todo. How do you handle losses now? Like yesterday, you had a loss, almost like, I guess we can say your home court. How do you take those losses now at this age? ¿Todavía te duelen or you're like, all right, fuck it, I lost, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Oh no, I was pissed.
So you're saying a loss still hurts or still pisses you off.
Yeah, because I know that we can beat it. You
Yeah,
know, and you know why I kind of get pissed off because I've been playing against there at Bristol. I've been playing against like the best of
yeah,
of, of Los Angeles
right,
and OC. You know, I play against Oscar. I play against Chava, against the Toy. I play against I don't know, whoever you can name. You know,
yeah,
and I know that I can compete with them. And
right.
yesterday when we lost, I was like, fuck, like we lost. You know, they
Yeah,
play better. They At the end they play better. I
right.
recognize that. You know Marine. You know Marine gets
Marin,
down.
yeah, you get that motherfucker
And
gets on fire and
he starts with the ah, ah.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean I kind of get pissed off because it's like the home court and all that, but at the end of the day, it's a game, and I'm
right,
cool with it. But like personally, I I feel like I need to do better. You know, I cannot handle it myself, but I can do better. I think I
right,
should do better. You know, like there was certain points that I missed, and I think that I should do better.
right.
No, I don't know if anyone else like feels that way in their home courts, but I do
Oh man.
because it's fucking Bristol, though. Like nobody wants to go there,
And then
and
llegan
and
and you
and
lose.
exactly, and it's funny because not many people from Bristol would like to represent Bristol.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like to play the Sharks.
Mhm.
You know, if I want to play like somebody like Oscar or even Lobito or Gavino, I have to play with Chava
Right,
because it's just few people that will back me up there.
right.
And it's true because all the locals bets against me.
No, but I think those losses hurt the most. I remember back in the day, if someone beat me at Hollandale, dude, there's times que no podía dormir.
But that's the thing. It kind of hurts because of my brother again.
Yeah,
Because my brother is a really competitive guy. Like
yeah.
he doesn't say it, but he doesn't like to lose. Especially to someone that he knows that he can beat.
Right,
So I'm like, I have to push it. I have to push it. I have to win this. I have to do better, you know?
yeah. So then you kind of took the burden. I actually saw like 10 minutes of that video yesterday, and I didn't see you, even when your partner made mistakes, I didn't see you screaming or saying anything.
I was a really very different player back in the day. Like years ago, I will get pissed.
Okay.
I will get mad. And they will know. They will see me. But it wasn't directly to them like, oh, la estás cagando. No, no, it wasn't ever like that, but I will get pissed. But
Right.
after, and I'll go back to Bebo. Bebo is the kind of person that he's always calm. You know,
Yeah.
you lose, you shoot a fucking shot and you lose a point, and he's always calm and like, okay, okay. So I was like, and my brother told me like, you gotta change your attitude. You can play with anyone if you're gonna have this attitude, you can't play. You gotta change your attitude. And I was like, okay. So I kind of reflect that on myself, and I was like, yeah, that's true. Like I gain nothing from getting mad.
Right.
So uh now like a few years back, like I don't know, like 3, 4 years. No, no, like more like 5 years. I started like changing my way. You know, I'll calm down, and I'll always like pump up my partner. You know, like it's all right. Like you missed it, but don't worry. Fuck it. It's just a
Yeah.
point. Let's go. Let's get
Right.
it. Let's get it. Let's get it back. Let's get it back and shit like that. I'll never argue with anyone. With my partners, I will never argue. I always pump them up, but like, don't worry. I prefer you to fucking shut it. Don't worry. Shoot
Right.
it. You missed it. It's fine. I prefer to lose a game when you fucking shoot in it than to play it safe.
Right.
You know, and you can ask anyone that plays with me now. Like, never say anything. If you miss a point, okay, let's get it next. You know, let's go, let's
Yeah.
go, let's get it back, let's get it back. That's it. Because at the end of the day, like I told you yesterday when we were texting, it's a team effort. You know,
Right.
my partner will lose some, I will lose some, but we try to fucking with the game. We're not shooting a ball to lose the game. We're trying to shoot
Yeah.
it to win the game. You know,
Right.
and there's a lot of people that don't understand that. I don't know why.
Have you ever had a partner that screamed at you though? And how did you handle that?
Liendre. Y nos
I
mandamos
can.
a la verga.
So in the moment, I've seen those kind of fights where it kind of seems like you guys hate each other and everything, pero then y se mandan a la verga, but then you guys having a beer, right? The next hour or the next
Exactly.
day.
No, no. I think that's when everything changed because Leander was my partner for the longest. You know,
Uh,
like we started playing together, and our first tournament in Vegas actually went to the semifinals. Me not knowing how to play,
yeah,
he was fucking carrying, you know. And then like after that we started playing back again, over and at some point like we started arguing, but it was me too, like I was arguing too, and nos mandamos a la verga. And we wouldn't play anymore together, you know, like, oh, who's next? Oh, I'm
yeah,
next. Okay, you go next first.
right,
I won't play with you.
right.
But
That's
now we're cool. Well, now we're cool.
Liendre was a fucking. I used to love Liendre's game, dog. I got a lot of respect for Liendre. Shout out to Liendre. But recently, it seems like you've kind of developed some chemistry with Jaime.
Yeah, you know, I actually like asked him to play with me. And I was like, I've been playing with at the beginning, I asked Lefty to play with me.
Hmm.
And we started playing together, but then he has some priorities and
Yeah,
he can't play anymore. Like he can't play tournaments. He was down to play with me too, but he has some priorities.
right.
And then one day I was like, I'm gonna ask Jaime. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I said, all right. So the first ever tournament that we played together, we won.
Where was
Because
that one?
it was a Smith. It was the Beast and Smith. I think that
Okay.
you commented that like, did I just see Jaime win another B tournament?
You know, with guys like that. I'll make those comments because to me, like yo los miro, and I'm like, dude, you should be a shark by now. You know, you have everything. You have left, you have right, tienes mates, pases. I mean, Jaime to me is like one of those players that I scratch my head because I'm like, dog, you're so fucking good. And I've played him at Smith. I've played him indoors at. I've played him many times. And every time I leave, whether I beat him or he beats me, or we break even, I'm like, this motherfucker is a beachy fucking badass. You know, pero then we go to tournaments and I don't see him being a badass. So I'm like, I don't know what happened
It's
to him.
just like it's just like Chris Frandina, you know,
Yeah,
or Jonathan, you
yeah.
know, or Shrimp,
Hmm.
you know, like they have all the
What do you think
potential.
is what do you think is the disconnect there? Because you think I scratch my head, I'm like, I don't fucking know what's the disconnect there. What do you think it is? What do you have an opinion on it?
I'm not quite sure. To me, it's not consistency. It's like the not consistency, you know, like if they were more consistent, like they were compete with, and I know it's just life, you know, because they have
También,
another
yeah,
priorities. But if there were more consistency in them, like at some point Chava or Chicharron,
yeah.
they will play anyone, you know, like
Hmm.
anyone at any point, you know. I think that's why. Like if if Vargas Frondina will play anyone at any other court, I think they will he will be a shark right now. Or
Yeah, oh
Jonathan.
yeah,
If
yeah,
Jonathan will
también,
go to any court, you know, like he will go to Buena Park and call anyone singles. Lobito, Gavino, or anyone, or he will call Chava out like
yeah,
Chicharron did at one point. Remember that time that Chicharron
yeah,
was calling anyone?
yeah.
I think if they had that
And
consistency, I think they will be fucking sharks by now. You know,
okay,
because they will
okay,
have the experience. They will have the experience. You know,
right.
Jaime, he has everything. He has the
Oh
hands.
fuck,
He has the power. He has the
yeah.
fucking brain to do it. But to this point, I don't know why he doesn't call anyone out. But maybe it's just because life has another priorities.
Do you know, like, what gives you confidence, right? When you go see someone, you're just looking at someone. What makes you say, I can beat that fool?
It comes from experience. Everything comes from experience. And I know that like I was talking one day with Chava
Uh,
and I was asking him kind of like this question, like, so how do you think you're gonna beat him? I was like, no, I just go there and do dumb shots, stupid shots. I was like, no, no, no.
yeah. No, he knows.
You know his answer, right? You know his answer, right?
Yeah,
Like, I just stupid shot. But no, I know Chava. Chava knows, like he kind of sees the game, right?
right,
And I think like all of us at some point we kind of studied the game. It kind of studied the opponent. You know,
right.
like when you announce who's gonna play who, you're already
Yeah,
thinking, okay, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna play this guy,
yeah,
you know? And then when you go to the next round, you see who you know who you're gonna play. So you kind of make a game in your mind. And there's no way that nobody does that. Like
right.
anyone that plays this sport, they have an idea, okay, so I'm gonna play you. Okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, sir. I'm gonna try to outrun you. Maybe I'm gonna try to tire you out. Things like that, you know?
Yeah,
Like when the time we play, remember Rivera?
yeah.
I was like, I was in the best shape of my life at that time
You were.
because
I remember that.
I was running and I was healthy. And I was like, I'm just gonna tie him up. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has these shots, he has this serve, but there's no way he can keep up. No, I was thinking that. I was thinking
Yeah,
that. And after the fact you told me, like you fucking tired me up. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, I was just moving you left and right, because I know at some
Right.
point you're gonna set me up and I'm just gonna go for the kill.
Right.
you know. So when you see an opponent, I'm like, okay, you have to study.
Mhm.
Uh, Maybe people won't say that because studying someone sounds like I don't know, like you're doing something else.
Yeah.
But you actually do. You actually do. You actually study your opponent. You know,
Yeah.
Chapa and Oscar, they study each other.
Right.
Those fuckers, they won't say it, but they study each other.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucker is gonna shut these shots, and they see that in their minds. They see that. They won't say it, but they see that. There's no way that they don't, because
Right.
and I'm gonna tell you another thing that Chava told me. It's like I serve to the right because I see everything.
Yeah.
Because everybody else serve to the left, right? Because it's the weakest hand.
Right.
But Chava serve to the right most of the time
Yeah.
because he can look at everything.
Right.
Can serve, turn, and see the opponent where he's gonna shoot. And he said, most of the time people will go for the kill, will go for the shot because they think that they can get a shot. But I'm there.
Right.
So if he said that he doesn't study that, that's bullshit. Because you have to adapt to the court first,
Yeah.
adapt to the court, and then to the guy that is playing. You see his game.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Your game is way different from holiday to from holiday to Smith.
Yeah.
And your game will be totally different from Smith to Huxter
Oh,
or
yeah.
to Bristol.
Yeah.
So you actually see, okay, so this guy is doing this shot, this guy is doing that, you know? So that's when you kind of plan in your head what to do.
Okay.
Or
So
you
you're not
can just
thinking,
go or you can just go like Chava, he's a natural, you know. It's like fuck it, just do
right.
whatever.
So you're not thinking whether I can beat him or not. You're thinking, what do I got to do to beat him?
When I play Sal, because I respect Sal
Yeah.
and I respect his game a lot because even though everybody thinks that Sal is like I don't know like cremoso whatever. I respect his game
Right.
because he's very smart. That
Yeah.
guy is very smart. And I play him at Smith. That was the first time I played him singles. It was I think that Javi was throwing that tournament or whatever. I can't recall. And everybody thought that I was gonna lose that game.
Yeah.
I was gonna lose that match, but I see him play a lot, and I knew I had a chance. I knew I was like I have a chance to beat him. I know he's smart. I know what he's gonna do, so I can beat him, and I did,
Right.
and I did in 2 games, and to me it was a surprise because I wasn't thinking that I was gonna beat him in 2 games, and even Sal told me like good playing, and it was just because I see him play constantly.
Mm.
I see his serve, I see his passing shot. I was like, okay. Now he's his spinning shot. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I think I have a chance. So that's what I did. The best player at Bristol.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Ricky or Shorty because I don't know. They were good. Like they're pretty good. But there's this old guy that I can't recall his name. Can't remember his name.
I forgot Ricky was from Bristol.
Yeah, Ricky's from Bristol and Shorty too. Ah, fuck. I forget.
And I know,
Amadeus? No. That guy, everybody knows that guy. And still to this day, he's playing there. Like, he plays the locals, but he was really good.
do you have any memorable games? And you kind of started taking it serious. Any memorable games that come to mind that you either because you won or lost?
A memorable game. Probably one that I lost to Chopper. That's me.
Okay.
Uh, we played before
Did
at
you,
Buena Park.
am I thinking
Go
of the
ahead.
right game? Like, wasn't it? It was pretty close, no?
Yeah. So he beat me the first game, I think to six or something. And then
Yeah.
we started the second game and I beat him the second game. And I was like, I have a chance. Like, I think I have a chance here.
Yeah.
And then we started the third game, and I think I went up like 5-1 or something like that. I can't recall well. But then we went up to 9-7. I think I was 9-7 up, and he took a timeout.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, like he's cutting my fucking like my groovy, like I was pumped out, like I was gonna fucking
Yeah.
beat him. And like like weeks before we play at Winnipeg, and when we were playing for nothing. We were playing for no money, but we were given like everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even if I play like no money games, I like to fucking push myself because I'm playing somebody that is pushing.
Right.
And he did the same. Like I was pushing him, and he was pushing me. So I remember the game at Buena Park, and I was beating him at Buena Park, but he came back and fucking destroyed me in the last game. And that I had that in my mind, and I was like, no, fuck it, like it's not gonna happen.
Right.
And and I remember like he was playing with his sunglasses on,
Yeah.
and he took the time out and took him off.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, so I'm pushing him. I'm pushing him right now.
Yeah. I got him nervous.
And he came back and he did some nasty fucking serves on me.
Yeah.
And he went up on Changa 9. And he set me up on the left. And my weakest hand is the left, obviously. And I didn't have the left that I probably have now.
Uh,
And I tried to fucking shoot the fucking shot. And I don't think he landed, or I think I set him up and he fucking just passed me or kill it. And I was like,
yeah.
fuck. He came back and beat me. Like that's kind of like the most memorable game I have because he was
Yeah.
really competitive. And
Right.
I liked it because I never like kind of play singles, you
Mhm.
know, because he wasn't my game. Like I was just playing doubles all the time.
Right.
And I started playing singles at some point because I want to get competitive. And the only way I can get competitive, it was playing singles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
doubles you can rely on your partner or you can set back a little bit. Yeah, you can force yourself to play better, but singles is another fucking game.
Yeah. All right. And just kind of here to start wrapping it up. You're big into music, no?
I am.
What kind of music
I
do you
love
listen
this.
to? What's your go-to?
Uh Mostly is probably I don't know, 80s, 90s. But now I will say 80s, 90s because AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Metallica was on those days.
Right.
But like metal music is my jam. I
Yeah.
love metal, like in Avenged Sevenfold, AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden, all those
Right.
cool bands from the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
2000s. Yeah, but my favorite player, I think I would say it's Chapa.
Yeah.
I play against him and I play with him, and he's down for anything.
Yeah.
Anything. We play we play Gansua, we play Liga, we
Yeah.
play tennis at some point. and we
Yeah.
play blue ball and shit. And he's always down, you know.
Right.
And it's not only because he's down, it's also his technique, you know. And I'll say because I don't see Oscar, I don't see Totoy, I don't see, I don't know, many players to play with different balls like he does, and
Right.
and be as consistent as he is, because he can kill with any fucking ball, any ball. While anyone else will just try to shoot the ball up and up
Right.
to keep it in safe, to keep it in play.
Right.
But Chava, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, oh, I have the
For
ball
sure.
here. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. You know? So he's probably one of you, or probably, maybe Josh
Okay.
can compete in that round. But
Right.
I think Chava is the only one. And that motherfucker will be like for years and years and years. And he's the
Yeah.
only one that can compete with anyone. He can
Right.
compete with Sam, with Oscar, and probably that's the only two top dogs.
Mhm.
Other than that, I don't see anyone else. But Chava's
Okay.
my probably my favorite player. And it's because also because he's an Aztec warrior.
That's funny. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I know Java. Outside of Totoy, I think Java is like the second most popular player. Obviously, if you go to the Orange County, everyone's going to say Oscar. Pero I think as a whole, a lot of people love Java just because of his demeanor también, I think.
He's he's just he's just the kind of guy that he knows that he knows what he's doing. He knows that he's gonna go down, and there's nothing else. Like there's no yelling at anyone. There's no fighting with anyone. Just there to
Right.
do what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's won a lot too. Okay, well, that's it. Stick, thank you. Oh, someone asked me to ask you, where does the Stick nickname come from?
So that goes back to where when we live in Mexico, my brother is the tallest one of the family,
Uh-huh.
even taller than my dad.
Okay.
So when my dad took him to any fronton, they started calling him Palo Alto.
Oh, I see.
And then when people started knowing me here, they called me Palo too. And I was like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Like, or they will call me Palito.
Yeah.
But then we'll go courts or whatever, or fronton here, and they will call us Palo, Palo, Palo.
Los
So
palos. Yeah.
yeah. So that was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna call myself Stick because we're here.
Yeah.
We're here in the US, so
Okay.
I'm gonna change my name to Stick.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All
Before
right,
we
man.
go, I
Yeah.
have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Remember the game at fucking Venice Beach where everybody was yelling at you and Rambo was there. It was like
Yeah.
I don't know, you were playing someone from New York.
Yeah. I remember.
Were you really like dying that day? Because at some point you were like
No, it was.
like that.
No, I was just putting on a show. I mean, me and that guy actually had history because we had played two, maybe even three times before that day where they would come out. I know we played at Vegas. I think we played at Los Caballeros. We already had some history. And so every game that we played previous to that, it was nonstop talking shit. And so when we played that day, um, I took out the inhaler more to like mock him. Like, look, soy asmático y todavía no
Mm.
me puedes ganar. Todavía eres maleta. And so it was more like mocking his skills. But yeah, I mean, I have asthma, so it does bother me because
I
at that
think
point,
that's I think that's when I noticed who you were, because I didn't
okay.
know. And the other another time that I see who you were actually, It was when you
Yeah.
played 2-1 at Rivera. I think you play
Oh, Louis and Tomas.
Louis Tomas.
Yeah, they actually smashed me.
And somebody said like, oh, este güey se cree muy verga.
Yeah, because I did. You know, my thing, that's why, like, when I see people like Chava, kind of like you, and who else, even Totoy to a certain degree, even though, yeah, at the end, he started talking shit. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how these guys are so mellow and so humble. Because me, like, in that time, yo me sentía vergas. It's like, I can go anywhere, play anyone, right? That was just my attitude. I really believed in, you know. Pero yeah, slowly but surely, people started knocking me down from the cloud, and then I'm like, oh fuck, no soy vergas, you know. But yeah, even back then, I was playing Totoy at Hollandale. Like I felt invincible, you know, and I beat him like not like a weeks before that. I beat Totoy at Hollandale. So no crees que me voy a querer la gran verga, you know. Everyone's telling me. All right, man. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I'll see you on
Cool,
the
man.
course. Are you playing at
It's
Venice?
cool to talk to you. If my knee heals, yes,
Okay.
I will. I will.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you keep me posted.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.